Well, we have two Petite Sirahs. One is a wine we call Old Vine, Petite Sirah, and one is a wine called Show Pony. Now they come from the same vineyard, but they are picked at different times and the fermentation treatments are different. So this is really a good example of how we can change things once the grapes reach the winery, and also how different the fruit flavors are and the texture is of the wine based on when you pick the wines. Okay. The Old Vine we pick a little bit earlier, so we're really more focused on the beautiful fruit flavors in this wine. We don't keep it on the skins as long. We're really trying to avoid a lot of those heavier tannins. And then also we age the Old Vine in older French oak barrels. And the Show Pony, as the name suggests, is a really bold wine. So we pick this wine a lot later, and then we also, once it hits the winery, we get more extraction during the fermentation, just to really bring those tannins out. And this wine has more texture to it. It's big, it's bold. Because the tannic structure is like that, then we put it on newer French oak as well. So you get those big toasty notes. So there are two different styles of wine from the same vineyard. So this Old Vine block is a very unique block on our Red Cedar vineyard. This was a block that was planted in the late 60s. This fruit off this block is super expressive. It has a lot of depth to it, a lot of richness, which is very attractive. And as far as Petite Sirahs go, it is one of the most delicate, smoothest Petite Sirahs straight off the vine that I've ever seen. It's almost like taking a little sip of history, which is
nice.
Wonderful.
What should we taste first?
I would try the Old Vine first, because it's a little more subtle. I would say it's more of a feminine style of Petite Sirah. There's a softness to it. It's not very showy like the Show Pony is.
Okay.
So I was with Petite Sirah, I get mulberries, sometimes almost a tarry note. It tends to have a spiciness. It's very upfront, fills the mouth out, has a great big rich mid palate.
Feel it on your lips.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can kind of taste the berry fruit, and then has this little, almost like a spice dance at the end. Like it always reminds me of a Mexican cocoa. It almost has like a chocolatey spice to it. Now the Show Pony, you should see a difference right away on the aromatics. You'll see that oak coming out, which is a big component to the wine. Is the new French oak aging on there. Now in the mouth, you'll feel that difference too.
It's like similar taste, different feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the primary fruit flavors are the same as in the Old Vine block, but the Show Pony adds, because of the new barrels, you get a sweetness. And then because of the longer hang time on the vines, you get a little more of that mouthfeel and texture. But the tannins are still smooth because of the age of the vines. Which I love this with braised short ribs.